Okay. That's interesting. It doesn't seem to like to get rid of that. Let's see if that's working. Give it 10 minutes. Make sure we're getting audio. At about 9:05. Okay. Make sure we're getting audio. Looks like audio's working. That's good. 8 minutes and 30 seconds, folks. Audio. Audio's working. That's good. 8 minutes, 30 seconds, folks. You see those new features here. Shortly. See those new features here. About 4 minutes away here. Speed up our countdown timer. Just set our timer to break. Let's do 3 minutes. We'll do 3-minute countdown. Go live at 5:30. Give folks a couple minutes here. Okay, folks, we're about 15 seconds away using Zoomit for a countdown calendar or countdown clock here. And we'll get started here. Zoomit gives you like a negative if you're late. But we'll go right on time here. So folks, I'm sharing my main screen, which has PowerPoint running. Let's go to slide number 1. And typically, when you're using dual monitors, which I have set up, when you go into PowerPoint presentation mode, let's see if it's going to go into that successfully. I think I'm already in it. There we go. You're going to see either the PowerPoint presentation mode that shows me my current slide and my next slide, or you're going to share the secondary screen. Let's share that other screen so you can see what it looks like here. And then all you're going to see is what's on my secondary monitor, which in this case is PowerPoint. So on my main monitor, I can see the next slide, the slide coming up. But within your slide or view, all you see is my PowerPoint slide. So I can write on the slides, I can talk to the slides, but I can't necessarily interact with them in other ways. So the setup that I have right now is 3 screens, but I've set up my dual external displays that are connected via display link and a dock to duplicate, because that's how I wanted things set up here. So I've got an internal monitor on the left, which is my Surface device, and I have an external pair of monitors, which I've told Windows to go ahead and mirror. Then I'm using on the left side the Zoomit 12.2 software. And one of the features that is new to 12.2 is DemoMirror. And so I've got 3 to 4 more slides that examine how you can use like 2 monitors for presentations. So I've got the Zoomit DemoMirror on the right, which is the PowerPoint that you're seeing, and on the left you can see my PowerPoint presentation mode. And then it's demo time, so I want to duplicate what I'm showing you or doing on the left on the right. So I hit Control 9, and what ends up happening is you can see the same thing that I see on my Surface on my external monitor. So for instance, if I hit Control 9, now all of you see the same presentation mode that I see on my laptop. I can put the PowerPoint presentation mode in a window. You can do this on Windows. You can't do this on a Mac. But then I could go over to my Microsoft Teams window to show you what Microsoft Teams looks like with the new interface. And so what this allows me to do is share a little bit about that. And I'm using on so the new meeting interface that's coming to Teams gives me centered controls. It gives me the ability to pin items to the top, remove or unpin items, drag and drop items, decide where I want these on the toolbar, and then drag them to more to get rid of them if I don't need them. And then they just exist under the more menu. So it keeps my meeting window much cleaner. And that is one of the features that we would have at our disposal. So right now I am seeing on the external display that I'm sharing in this meeting in StreamYard, I'm seeing those same windows on my laptop display. Then Control 9, I'm back to my PowerPoint and an external monitor that's separate from my internal display. Hopefully that makes sense. So the new meeting experience window here that I'm showing you now is a PowerPoint slide, because you only get this message the first time that you set up the new meeting experience in Microsoft Teams. You get a message about, hey, there's a new meeting experience. It's being demoed right now or trialed. It's in the preview. So I'm on the Teams preview. And because I have that set up, I get the new meeting window. Now, if I wanted to show it to you, Control 9, now you're seeing my display, and I can show you the actual meeting window capabilities. We can set up an avatar. Since I'm using my video in StreamYard, we can use an avatar on the surface. Put in our surface through all the paces with dual video. We're using the video from the surface, and then we're trying to use the avatar feature as well. So if I wanted to troubleshoot this, I could hit Control Shift Escape, look at my MPU and my CPU and my memory on the device to see what's going on with all that, and then see if that might be causing my avatar an issue. Let's see if it comes up. Either way, while we're waiting, I can see the share experience, so I could share information from Teams. And because we're using Control 9, you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing on my internal monitor, on my external monitor, without having to go to Control P and change my extended monitor to duplicate. So what this allows me to do is leave myself set up in a certain way and still be able to see those differences in how I'm sharing my screen. Let's see if this will switch back. There it goes. Switch back to reverted. And I'm able to see those settings. Let's see if it lets me switch to... Might have to actually get out of slideshow mode and then back in. These are the types of things that I wanted to test before using this for an actual presentation at work, because it looks like PowerPoint is not responding. So we're going to close PowerPoint. It's still showing me the slide there externally. Let's see if we can click on hide. Maybe switch our display settings here. Get stuff to talk back to. Our display. Okay, there we go. So our display is duplicated now. Display settings. You can see 2 and 3. 1 and 3 are duplicated, and 2 is separate. And if we go to our personalization, personalize your background. Should be able to right click and change our background based on the monitor. There we're getting those different backgrounds on the different monitors. And we're sharing, it looks like, monitor 2. Let's see, there we go, monitor 2. And monitor 2 is not my main monitor, it's a secondary monitor. So let's see if Zoomit is still loaded. Looks like it is. And then now we're showing our main monitor. So I can see my files with Zoomit and the Options Plus software. And we're seeing that on the external display as opposed to my internal display. So we can play around with those settings within Zoomit, and we can even go ahead and do a break timer. And the nice thing about this is with that DemoMirror, it would be a way to make sure that the break timer is available, because normally the break timer only shows up on your internal monitor. So unless you're sharing the internal monitor, your students or attendees can't see a time countdown. With DemoMirror, because you're duplicating whatever's on your screen, you could do break timers that are available to you as the instructor or the presenter and to your audience. So if you want to give people like a 2-minute or a 3-minute countdown, I'm involved with Toastmasters. Toastmasters gives you 3 minutes for evaluations of speeches. This would be a way to make sure everybody can see that evaluation 3-minute countdown so they know how long they have. There is a website that has something similar. So if I go to Toastmasters timer, we'll find this Caleb Grove evaluation, 2 minutes. We get a green, and at 3 minutes we get a red, because that's the limit that you're supposed to adhere to when you are giving a Toastmasters evaluation of a particular speech. And the nice thing about this is then I can hit Control 9 and I've got my displays split again. So I can see my internal display separate from my external display. And then Control 9 again, and I can see the same thing that is being shared internally, externally. So we would see that. In this case, count up to 2 minutes where it turns green, 2.5 minutes it turns yellow, and 3 minutes it would turn red. So if you haven't played around with the new Zoomit, just one word, is a tool by Mark Rusinovich. It is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. It was released in 2006, and 2026 is 20 years of sysinternals. I know Mark just announced that they're doing a pretty exclusive event at Microsoft's Redmond campus in September for the 20th anniversary of sysinternals. And Winternals, his company that got acquired by Microsoft around that time. So I think that's the anniversary that he's celebrating, is the company coming into Microsoft, being 20 years old at Microsoft. And if you have, there's our green. So we've met our minimum of 2 minutes, giving somebody feedback on their speech. And then at 2.5 minutes, we would see the yellow, indicating that we've been going for 2.5 minutes. So if this were an evaluation of a speech, maybe I give somebody some comments on the visuals. Maybe I mention their vocal variety. Maybe I talk about their pitch, how loud they are when they're presenting, any physical mannerisms. If they're sharing video, I'm sharing video from my Surface device. I'm using the Qualcomm Creative Filter Animated. This is what is putting a constant use on my on my NPU, my neural processing unit. You can see the GPU is being used too, but the Creative Filter Animated is what is putting that load on the NPU, the neural processing unit in my Surface device. So as we come to the end of our presentation and our evaluation of the presentation, I can turn that off. I can hit Control-9, which stops duplicating or demo mirroring. And that would allow me maybe to go back to my slides, to thank folks for attending the presentation, maybe next steps, maybe a feedback. See if I put in any thank you slides or anything at the end. I did not. Let's put in a quick thank you slide at the end. Get a design suggestion here. And share that slide. So there's my thank you slide. Draw on our surface. There's my thank you slide. And that ends this live demo of Zoomit 12.2 with the new feature, DemoMirror. Okay, we're going to bring up our StreamYard window. And we'll go ahead and check if we had any comments. Didn't look like we did. So if you're watching this later, feel free to leave a comment. I will respond when I have a chance. I've been playing around with this tool since it came out last week, and it's been fairly stable. Last week on an Intel-based computer, I was having a couple issues with like the duplicate and changing different video setups, whether I'm duplicating the external two displays or not. Many of the rooms that you would be in from a presenter perspective, you probably just have one external monitor to worry about. So depending on your setup, the DemoMirror is something that you can play around with and see how it works for you in your setup. So with that, we're going to stop our live stream here.